Good afternoon, happy stampers, and welcome to my Happy Stamping Studio. My name is Judi Anderson from JudiStamps.com. I'd like to welcome my live viewers on YouTube and Facebook, as well as those of you on replay. I hope to inspire you today in your everyday stamping. So, are you guys excited? I'm going to bring you guys two new ink colors and one new color that's being added to our line. Hang on just a second. Okay. I wanted to make sure I turned my phone down. So it was exciting. I've been holding off sharing some new stuff with you guys, but I thought, you know what? I love the By the Bay stamp set or the Seaside Bay stamp set and die set, and I just felt that the two colors I'm using today just highlight the stamp set so well. So if you already have the stamp set, kudos to you and the dies. And if you don't, there's still time to get them because our last chance sale is still going on where you can save up to 60% off of some of our product. So say hello as you're coming in. I'm going to put my phone down. Hopefully it doesn't ring. I did turn the ringer off. And I'm going to switch you guys around and we're going to get started, okay? Okay, so here we go. The Seaside Bay stamp set and dies. I love anything having to do with the ocean and the sea. So this was just an automatic pick for me. And today we're going to be doing something fun with this. I'm hoping it turns out okay. And I am going to need this die. And let me see, this die. And this die here. And I think that is it. So I'm going to put those to the side. And then here's our Seaside Bay stamp set. So with these stamps, I am going to be using this mollusk here. I'm going to go ahead and mount that on there. I'm going to take my sweater off. It's a little bit chilly outside today, but it was getting warm in here. Okay, and then this little like snail shell and this conch shell, a small one. And then I'm going to be using the stamp set Heartfelt Sympathy today. Put this one back. I was going to do a thank you card, but I just changed my mind. I'm allowed to do that. Okay. So you guys excited to see what colors I've chosen? Okay, here we go. I have chosen the Summer Splash, which is close to the Coastal Cabana. I'm just going to grab a Coastal Cabana out so you can see. It's a little bit brighter. It's like a shade deeper. So see the difference in the two? Not quite the same as the Cool Caribbean that we used to have years ago, but it is in that same family. So of course, you know, I was going to love that. The new color that's being added to our line is the beige. I have to think of what the name is. Basic beige. So we have a basic black and a basic white, and now we have a basic beige. Set that to the side. And then I'm going to be using Peach Pie. I just think that these three colors go so well together. So I'm going to be using the ink pad, and I may be using the blends to accent a little bit. We're also going to be using basic white craft pads. So we're going to be using the basic white first. And so I'm going to take my Summer Splash. I'm going to take my basic white ink pad, and I'm going to do direct to paper with this. I want it to look kind of like some planking. So I am going to take it down, and I'm going to start from right to left, and we'll see how this goes. And I'm going to push down on the left side, so I'm going to be dragging it on this left side. And oops, I may need to get a different pad. This one isn't quite juicy enough, but that's okay. I have plenty of them. Let's try this one. Same thing. Oh, I can feel it much better. Okay, so I'm going to be making planks going down here. So I want to line this up on my grid and just I went off a little bit on that one, and not every board is perfect, right? So we're just going to start here and go down just like that. And it's okay if it gets wider. And just make my planks. Go. Okay, I'm going to turn it around to finish it off. And so we're going to go about this distance here. And then this distance here. Oops, didn't really get it on there. There we go. It's just barely on the edge there. Okay, so that is my planking. I'm going to let that dry for just a little bit, and then I'm going to take my white and kind of brush over the entire thing, but I want that to dry. So we're just going to set that to the side and let that dry. And in the meantime, we are going to grab some paper. Now I want to make a circle frame. So I am using our stylish shapes, and our stylish shapes are staying around. I'm using a larger side. I'm going to run it through my cut and emboss machine. So I'm just going to flip my camera here. So hopefully you can see this. Figured instead of trying to drag it on top and be way too close, I can just move my arm. I never thought of that before. So we're just going to run this through, and I have room to run it all the way through, which is best. Okay. And I'm going to flip this over so the next time I run it through, it's the opposite. So we have this piece here. I'm going to pull you guys back over so you can see what I'm doing here. Move it down a little bit. Just a little bit of movement, not too bad. I know some of you say that you get a little seasick when I move some of my things around. Okay, so we have this piece here. And I am going to stamp on my basic white first because I don't think I'm going to need the bigger piece. I think I can do it, most of it on here. And now this is where I wasn't too sure if I was going to stamp in the colors and then color, or if I was going to stamp in basic beige and then color them. But I am going to try doing it this way. So I'm going to open my 3 pads up. I'm using all 3 colors for my shells and my mollusk. So the mollusk I'm going to do in our basic beige. Hey, you guys, thanks for joining me and coming on. So there's your basic beige. That's what it stamps like. It kind of reminds me of our Sahara sand, which I loved. I called that our khaki of our line. It could take on a brown tone, a green tone. This isn't quite as dark. Ooh, that's bright. That's bright, but that's okay. I'll see if I can tone it down a little bit. I'm going to stamp off with this one. Don't want it quite there. Well, it still came out pretty bright. So as you can see, they're bright colors. And I was excited to see these colors because, you know, the colors that are leaving us this year are bright and cheery, and I am going to miss them so much. But then I thought, you know what? How much am I going to really miss them when we have some gorgeous colors coming here? Okay, so I am going to be leaving the basic beige out. Move the rest of this. I want to cut these out before I go any further because we're going to be using our blending brushes on this, and I don't want to mess up my paper. So let's turn you back around over here again so you can see my machine, see how I'm going to be doing this. I have the platform 1 and the platform 2, and then I have 2 of my acrylic plates. And my acrylic plates are pretty cut up. I'm going to admit that, but I find that when I use them, I get at least less creaking and cracking, and my dies seem to stay better. So I'm going to tuck this under and push it down pressure and then run it through. Oops, I'm on some grid, partially on some grid paper. So the machine's moving a little bit on me. Okay, so we have those. Get those all cut out. Flip that so I know next time which way to do it. Okay, so we have these. 2, 3, and I think they're, once it dries, it is a little less bold, and I really like it actually. So now we're going to take the rest of our paper, and I'm going to take my blending brushes. I am going to take, I need to try to find them. Okay, I've got a blue, but it's used up. It's being used. This one, and then for the beige, I will use this one. So I'm using one larger blending brush and 2 small blending brushes. So I want to kind of create a scene like on here. So I'm going to use my basic beige, and this might be, it's a brownish color, yellowish color. It'll work. So I am just, let me get back over here, move my things a little bit. So I brush my brush in both directions and then in the lid. So I want to form kind of some land here. And I'm going to have it go out a little bit like this. Now, not all of it's going to show, so it's going to be okay. We're going to be cutting some of this off, so don't fret, you guys. Okay, and then I want to take our Summer Splash and our Peach Pie. Now, the peach pie I'm going to use next, and I'm only going to use the peach pie on the upper part, so it's kind of like a sunset. I could have used yellow too, like lemon lolly would have been pretty. Okay, and I'm just going to go right lightly along the top there. I might go a little bit down here too, a little bit of reflection. Okay, I love doing this with my blending brushes, creating my own scene. Now I'm going to take my little brush, and now this is a little bit darker color. Oh, it's got green. Let me brush some of it off. I had green in here before. Let me see if I have a baby wipe. I can wipe out that lid a little bit. Baby wipe is dry. It's the last one in the package, and I didn't close the package up. Naughty Judy. Okay, let me go here. So how do you guys like these colors that I'm showing you so far? Go off here a little bit. Okay, and I am brushing in to that peach pie a little bit. I want those colors to blend. Okay, I'm going to pick up a little bit more down here, and I'm going to go from down here and go up. And in between and onto that land just a little bit. And this is going to look so cool once I cut it out and you see me start piecing these pieces together. Okay, I want the top to be just a little bit darker. And you know what? I want a little bit more blue, so I'm going to take some Pool Party to it. I don't want it so greeny looking. Do want a little bit more blue in there. So just by taking that Pool Party and going over the top, it's going to change that. And you know, Pool Party is a green blue also. Got a touch of green in it. Okay, so we have those. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to cut those out. Okay, so you can move this around. You can move it down farther, depending on if you want more color down here or up on top. I think this is great, just like this. I'm not going to pull you over this time. I'm just going to cut it. You guys don't want to keep getting seasick, right? So, pull that through. Okay. So once again, those stylish shapes are not going away. They will still be with us, but they will be on the online store. Okay, for the next one, I do want to take, I think I'm going to take the peach pie. And I've been wanting to try this, and I haven't. So this is going to be an experiment. So you guys are my witness, and we'll see how this comes out. I am going to actually press my die into the ink pad. Now I don't want to press too hard so I get too much ink in there. Just want to kind of tap it. I only want to cut half of it off. So I'm going to lay it onto, I will show you guys. So I've got my paper here. I'm going to lay this half on and half off. So what this is going to do, it's going to cut and emboss at the same time and color. Oh my gosh, you guys, let's see how this comes out. I'm going to pull it back this way because I don't have to go all the way through. And I think this is really going to be kind of cool. Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. But I lost it. Oh my gosh, I lost it. It flipped off on my floor and I don't see it anywhere. Well, okay, we're going to have to do that again. Let me lift this up. We're just going to do it again. Flip this around. This time I'm going to be a little bit more careful when I take it off so it doesn't go flying. Just going to pat it down. Let's put this back on again. Oh my. You know, I lose things a lot. And then Dave comes along and he sweeps my floor. And my floor is swept right now. There's nothing else on my floor. I'm going all the way through. So when I lift it up, it's on the other side. And I have no chance of losing. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this. 2 in 1. The other one was underneath the paper. Oh dear. So we have 2 in 1 here. So found the original one. I can use that and see how it comes out. It picks up that pattern, but yet it's got those little dotted speckles, kind of like a regular seashell does, right? And that was just from the ink being in the dye in between there. And so you can see that it pushed harder on this side because less ink came up on that side. Okay, so I'm going to clean that off so I don't forget. Okay, so let's start getting our pieces together. So we have our card base, and this. Now we have that piece of Summer Splash, and this is pretty dry, and I'm going to take my white craft pad again. I've made my planks, so now I just want to add some wood graining and toning this down just a little bit. So I am dragging it pretty hard. And now I've done this part here so you can see how you get some of that on there. Turn it around and drag it on this side. So before, when I dragged it just so the edge was touching. So that is what made the lines to make it look like a plank. Okay, so we have all our pieces here. Our card base, which is the basic beige. We are going to go ahead and score that and burnish that. This is going to be our base. Look how gorgeous those two colors are together, you guys. Isn't that just awesome? I am done coloring, so I take that off so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, love this. You know, these colors make me happy. I know it's spring, but I am ready for summer. How about you? Okay, here we go. I want just to let everybody know that also I am putting out my email for my virtual event with the Crafting Across Borders team. I know I originally had it this way, but I kind of like it this way better. So there's more sky. This looks like clouds. So, that's the beauty of this. You can do it however you want, right? So just put some adhesive on there. And so we're going to be bringing you our virtual event with stamp sets and products from the new annual catalog. And that's happening May 10th. So you'll be getting the email today. So be on the lookout for that. Okay, so I am going to put this. I was debating, do I want to use dimensionals on this part? And I think I do. I just love it. It kind of looks like a porthole, doesn't it? I know I've done a couple cards with this effect, but I'm not doing the scenery in the background, and we made it look like we were looking out of a ship's porthole. But this is going to be a little bit different today. So I want to put that up in this direction, not off to the left a little bit, but not all the way to the left. Okay, so then we are going to arrange these on here. And look how that peach pie, I did have a little bit of pink in my brush, so it came out pinkier, which it's a-okay, you guys. So we're going to put, I don't know which guy I want. I think I want that one. And I was going to put this one here. I think I need another basic beige, don't you? What do you think? Should I do another basic beige shell? I think so. I think I need that into the left also. So let's see what we have. We have some sand, but I don't want to do the sand. We could do another conch shell. We could do this conch shell, and I can just cut it out manually. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just fussy cut it. I don't need the entire thing. So we're just going to stamp that right down there. Let it dry a little bit. Wipe that off with my hand. Heck, I'm always full of ink, aren't you guys, when you stamp? I don't know. I can try and not get ink all over, but I do. Okay, just trim that off, turn it around, and just do a little bit of fussy cutting here. This is real quick to fussy cut. Heck, we could have put a bird on here too. Oh, it doesn't have any flying birds. It's got the sandpipers, are they? Walking. So I think we'll do that. This, and then over here, we will put these two. Okay, so I am just going to glue these on. They don't need to be raised. We'll put this one up a little bit higher. And then let's do this guy right here. There a little bit. And then we'll do this basic beige. Yeah, I know this one's taking a little bit longer than some of mine lately. I've been doing some shorter lives, but I like to do some live ones or long ones also. Okay, we're gonna put that there, and we'll stick this one right here, like that. Okay, so now I've got some twine. I'm gonna take some twine and I'm gonna make a bow. I like this natural twine to give it that beachy feel. Just wrap it around and pull it through. Oops. Got a little bit of glue on my finger. Okay, pull it through. There we go. Pull it through, Judy. Pull it through. I'm pulling the wrong one through. There we go. Just gonna pull that one through. Make it a little bit bigger. Nothing like a big bow. Oh, and you know what I should have stamped my verse on here before. I think I'm going to put that right. No, I was going to put it down here. I think we'll put it there. I'm going to grab my mini glue dots. Now the mini glue dots, you know, are a little bit big for that little knot when you do a bow with your twine. So you just take it between your fingers and roll it, you guys. And you make a Tootsie Roll. And then you just take your Tootsie Roll and you put it on the back there. And then we're just going to, oh, we're going to put it right up here, I think. I kind of like it right there. Okay, and now I did not do my verse, so I'm going to go ahead and do it on my basic white. And I am going to do it in the basic beige. I think that it will still be dark enough. And this is a heartfelt sympathy. Ooh, yes, I love that. Ooh, I can tell already this is going to be a favorite color, especially a neutral. You know, I bet it goes with crumb cake really, really well. I am going to do what I call a bubble, where I just cut around my words. And just go around like this. And don't forget, over in our community, we have our challenge going on. And I will come on live tomorrow night or Thursday night, not tomorrow night, Thursday night at 7 o'clock and do my card in there. And all those that participate get put into a drawing as long as you're from the United States. And you will get a prize. Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean that those of you that are from across the sea or north in Canada can't participate. I urge you to participate. I think I kind of like that anyways, and I like it going off the side. So that was a happy opportunity for me. Just going to put this right underneath there. And then I can just put some adhesive on this side. And we are going to go off the edge up here, just like that. So there's my card. What do you think? Should we add some pearls to that? Let's see what I have here. Got our rhinestone. We've got our basic white matte. I've got some, well, I've got these here. I think those would be great. These are the festive pearls. They have reds and they have greens and gold and silver. I think the silver would be kind of pretty on there, don't you think? I might add some silver. Although the gold would be pretty. No, I'm going to go with the silver. So we will. Ooh, where do I want to put them? I think I want to put them around down here. Just like that. I think that's good. I don't want to brighten that heartfelt sympathy up too much. So there we go. So there is today's card. I hope you guys enjoyed it. So you guys are loving the colors this year and love spring and summer. So you can make your own beach type. Now you could also take a water pen and or water brush, and you could add some brown back here too. I think that would be kind of pretty. If I wanted to spend more time with it, I would have added some browns in for my wood, but I love the way it looks just like that. So I enjoyed coming and visiting with you guys today, and I hope you enjoyed visiting with me. And until we meet again, everybody, happy stamping.